A famous ballerina, meantime, that calls Ballet West here in Salt Lake City home, is speaking out against a problem she says is there in dance culture. She says it's one that's emotionally damaged generations of people. Elizabeth Ruiz has the story.
Hey, do you have a new lead hunter today?
Kathryn Morgan has had a love for dance all her life, and she's good at it too. At age 17, she was hired at the New York City Ballet, where she soon became a soloist. She was living out her dream. But then at 21, she was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease.
In very layman's terms, your body attacks itself. And as a professional athlete, it was terrifying because my muscles started to disintegrate, my hair fell out, and I gained 45 pounds in 6 weeks.
It's when she got back into the dance world 7 years later that she realized a huge problem in the industry had not gone away.
You still have to be exceedingly small, and you still have to fit that mold, and the standard is so extreme. And I just didn't fit that.
Kathryn says roles were taken away from her, and she was told awful things about her body. She says body shaming is something almost every dancer can relate to. Its impact is harmful and long-lasting.
I have people saying, "Dear Kathryn, I'm 12 years old and I've been on a diet for 3 years and I'll never look like that, and my dream is to dance, but I think I'm too big." I've had 55-year-old women message me and say, "I have an eating disorder from when I was in ballet at age 16 and I'm still dealing with it at 55. I have personal friends who I danced with growing up who will never go to the ballet ever again because of the experiences they've had.
For years, Kathryn says ballet dancers have been expected to live and die for the art form, jeopardizing their physical and mental health.
It's a very hierarchy-based system where the person at the front of the room is literally God, and they will determine your career, they will determine the roles that you get, and if you don't please them, that's it. It's a very also opinionated job.
Kathryn says it's time for this toxic culture to change.
It's time we have to start challenging our eyes and what we think is the standard. Why is it like that? Because that's how it is in ballet. Why? You know, it's time to start challenging that viewpoint.
Kathryn says skeptics will say there's an element of physics to ballet, and that's why it's valuable to be thin. However, she believes there's a happy medium.
I think the problem with ballet is that oftentimes body type is the first thing we look at. We don't look at the artistry first. We don't look at the talent first. And it's starting to dampen the industry because so many of us can't get to be that small. And so the problem is you lose your talent pool.
The first step to change is talking about it.
The second step is having teachers who are more aware of phrasing in their classes, how they say something to a student. You know, there's a big difference between pull your stomach in and support with your core.
Change won't happen overnight, but it can happen as dancers now become teachers in the future. And if you personally have experienced body shaming, this is Kathryn's message for you.
You are worth so much more than what you look like in the mirror. You are worth so much more than the size that the tag says in your pants. That's not what makes you a good human being. You know, it's what's on the inside. It's how you treat other people. It's, are you being a role model for other people? Are you going after your goals and dreams? That's what defines you, not what you look like in the mirror.
In Salt Lake City, Utah, I'm Elizabeth Ruiz reporting.